Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone, and both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. This is Let's Play Katawa Shoujo. Let's double check OBS. OBS Chan seems to be working just fine. Let's hop into this, shall we? I haven't looked at extras yet. Jukebox, gallery, library, cinema. That's pretty cool. I like the pencil drawing, or the line drawing. It'd be line drawing, wouldn't it? But to see the color go into it, that's pretty cool. Cool. Alright, I should actually listen to... I do compliment the music in this game quite often. Though there's a lot of different endings in this game. Holy crap, there's a lot of... Neat. And again, the art is really cool. What are you guys' thoughts on, like, beanbag chairs? Are beanbag chairs comfortable? I don't know, some are just too low to the ground. Kind of hurts to get down there. Wow, it's a long game, and keep in mind it's got a lot of different endings. For some reason, it reminds me. You guys remember like the CG movies and like the Final Fantasies, like Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX? So come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So come on. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Same seemed to be said on mirroring yesterday's run. This is I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with effortless. I find enviable. I'm probably, delayed onset muscle soreness from yesterday. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work toward things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We're around the track and started on a second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Go for it. What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let Emmy pull ahead? I speed up. The second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Emmy looks back over her shoulder at me and grins. Still going? Wouldn't want you to think I'm out of shape. Yeah, don't worry, I got the Kaioken, Emmy. I got this. Kaioken! The power of Kaioken will help me jog more. Emmy laughs without breaking her stride, no less, and speeds up even more. Well, if this is the way we're going to play things, I increase my own pace as well. I can feel my lungs burning, my legs are starting to question just what the hell I think I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles, but I close my eyes, or ears. I can't let myself fall behind because that would be a loss. I will not lose! Kaioken times 2! Kaioken times what? The rational voice of my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast. How the hell does she keep it? It's like a string pulling at my chest, a choking feeling of narrowness and pain. I think Goku had the same problem after, but he at least made it to Kaioken times 4. I mean, granted, I know Emi and Vegeta are the same height, but still. Then Emi has better cardio than Vegeta. I'll be fine. Kaioken times 3. Before I can think of anything else other than, oh shit, the track disappears from under my feet. I stumble and a hand shooting out clutch my chest and the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Emi whirls around, her eyes widen. It's okay. I'll just go Kaioken times 4. I got this. Hisao? She yells at me, sprinting for the other side of the track. What's wrong? I probably shouldn't use Kaioken times 4. Nothing, just keep your breathing steady. Calm down, don't panic. Don't panic. Do you need me to get the nurse? No, I'm fine. I'm figuring out how to go Super Saiyan. Or die. I was kind of hoping I would just like go Super Saiyan 2. And have like lightning and stuff. But no, that's not how that works. Kind of like IRL, I try to train, and I usually tend to not make much success on that. I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. I just need a quick break, Emi. Just rest. Maybe I need to hit like Kaioken times 10 or 20 before I go Super Saiyan. Heck, maybe I need to like do the false Super Saiyan thing against like movie 4 with Lord Slug. I'll be fine. This beating that I'm hearing, it's me tapping into the spirit bomb. I'm sensing the planet's energy. This is what it means to go even further beyond. We're gonna go Super Saiyan 3, guys. We're gonna go Super Saiyan. So all I gotta do is Kaioken enough, and we'll be able to run just perfectly fine. And our knees and our chest won't hurt at all, let alone my fucking lower fucking back. Slowly, the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon, it's gone like nothing happened. It was nothing. No, something had happened there. I opened my eyes again and glanced at a very worried Emi. Hey, it's okay. I was just taking a quick little rest. You know, maybe a little drink of water. I'll be good. And then, like, back to some more Kaioken. We're all good. Think I'm fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm never not fine. My voice sounds weird even to myself. Oddly, even. And matter of fact, it makes Emi frown. I don't think you are. I'm fine. I don't know, maybe some Gatorade? Or some Advil? Red Bull. That's what I need. You know, I probably just need like 1 or 2 Red Bulls, Emi, and I'm good to go. She seems to come to a decision. And nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. To get some Red Bull? Or are we just getting some Pepsi? You got to see the nurse. Emi grabs my arm and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse to shoulder Emi offer for support. I can walk on my own. I mean, I may not have hit Super Saiyan, but I can at least like use Kaioken 1 and just sort of coast my way kind of to like the nurse. I'll get there. You're cool. You can keep doing your thing. Honestly, it's a little ashamed by my own weakness. I'd rather not have Emi concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I'd rather not have anyone be concerned about condition. Though at this point, it seems to be too late for that as well. I do like the art style. Especially, like I said before, in real life, having someone with eyes this big would be fucking scary. And a bit uncanny valley. But in anime, it lets them convey a lot more emotion, and it makes them seem more alive. I'd like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own, without being a bother to anyone. Fine, I'll use Kaioken times 2 for a very short burst to get me to the nurse. It's all cool. While I'm wishing for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. Nurse! Emi crashes into the office without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in ease. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? I need a Red Bull. Sunshine? Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug, but lays it down after following his gaze looking at me at the doorway. Hisao? What brings you here? I need a Red Bull. That's cool. We were running and he stumbled over and started grabbing his chest. And I thought I didn't get to read that. Emmy? Calm down. Hisao, what happened? I should stick to the Kaioken ×2. Shouldn't go any further. I don't know. We were running and then my chest started hurting like the time before. But it went away after a few seconds, so I'm all good now. It was just a flutter or something. The nurse frowns as if to say that just a flutter is some kind of oxymoron. It's fine, everyone's supposed to have flutters. I didn't mean quite this when I suggested get some exercise. You've got to be more careful, Hisao. I was being careful, come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't sound as well reasoned as I thought it would. I mean, does it really count if all the other members of the track team quit? Yo. Come on. I was trying to beat Vegeta in a race. You just what? That was racing, Emmy. Emmy, is this true? Emmy fidgets, looking adorably contrite. Oh no, am I gonna get her in trouble? I don't want to do that. Well... Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say it aloud and merely nods. The nurse sighs and rubs at his forehead with one hand tiredly. Emmy, you gotta be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Hisao has a bad heart. And getting him to race you was incredibly irresponsible. Well, I mean, I didn't tell anyone. Also, again, I'm still figuring out how to use the Kaioken. King Kai was kind of a rush teacher. It was between that and there was like a giant cricket and a monkey. But sometimes the monkey wore like a top hat and was like British and was drinking tea. Actually, I started it. Yeah, I mean, it's not her fault. She didn't know anything. No, don't blame Vegeta. The nurse is stunned by my statement. You what? We were just running and Emmy started to pull away, so I sped up to catch her. The nurse stares at the ceiling, mutters a prayer for patience to some god or another, and looks back down at both of us. So you're both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now come on, Hisao. I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. It's fine. I mean, Goku survived the Kaioken. I'll be good. Why didn't Goku teach like Yamcha the Kaioken? Dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room, where we ascertain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die. So how does it feel? I don't know, nothing much. Tired, but just to exercise. You just stay here for a few hours and rest, and we'll see how you feel after that. I'm not going to object, so I lay down in the infirmary bed. A thoroughly miserable Emmy comes in after getting an earful from the nurse and the other room. I couldn't hear what he said through the closed door, but I'm sure it was, I'm sorry I got you in trouble. Look, I'm really, really, really sorry. It's okay, it's not your fault, it's my fault. I know you're Vegeta, but I guess I'm the one who had the issue with the pride. I should have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know, it's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurances don't do anything much to cheer her up. I want to make it up to you, again, and with that decisive nod. So you have to come to lunch with me? That's cool, I can always eat. And everyone's like, stop being fat, Lunar. I'm like, I'll bring it up for you, okay? Something really, really good. It's cool. I'll just run down in the cafeteria and grab it real quick. The pun was in terrible taste. Winner puns in good taste. I start with it. You don't have to, but then shut up and just nod after I see your face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? Yep, the weather's nice now. So it's a great spot to lunch, you know. I see. You'll come, right? You wouldn't deny me the chance to make it up to you. I'll think about it. Of course not. Great, see you there. Stay afloat somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed, apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty, then try to lay down as I can, which this day is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling on the other side of the curtains. He drew to give me privacy. I can see a shadow drifting around sunlight. He has opened the window of his office. It was windy outside. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in heavy, lazy motion. Like waves, light sifts through them slowly, half absorbing into the fabric. I close my eyes. The breeze in my face feels like soft fabric of curtains. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it, not even a week ago, and I end up like this again. I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to try to blast half-baked sports star in front of the... I mean, I didn't go that far. We only did a couple laps. I didn't even go Super Saiyan. And why did I have to try to act brave like that heart flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was? It wasn't. It's fine. I'm fine. I have never not been fine in my life. There is no problem I can't solve with more Red Bull. It was just a reflex to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Emmy to see it. Well, yeah, I didn't want her to feel bad for me, and I don't want her to think less of me. And I want to be able to impress her. Also, I don't want everyone worrying. Also, I don't want to get her in trouble. Also, Red Bull is tasty. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I have to be more careful or I'll end up in the hospital again or worse. That's my final thought before I give in to the tiredness. I fell asleep for how long? What time is it? I'm feeling a little lightheaded and I keep blinking impulsively. I pushed the curtain aside and swept my eyes against the unfolded light pouring in from the window. The texture, canvas, nothing like the wind before. Nurse looks up from work, sitting exactly where he was before. How are you feeling? Can't really tell. So I don't answer anything. I kind of feel groggy, fall asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. What time is it? Me croaking the question to give someone to our nurse looks at the wristwatch before answering. Things seem to happen in slow motion. 10:15. Okay, so I wasn't asleep long at all. Try to think for a moment, but that means I'm not really sure. You didn't answer my question, I saw. What question? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Well, I'm always fine. Climb down from the bed and then see how you're doing. Don't. Why did you make the planet move? All I did was get off the bed and that's. Why would you move the planet? I tried to do exactly that, only swayed dizzily and away moved too fast. The nurse would support my arm size. Stand up too quickly, and so I want to say, just sit there. I'll check your pressure to make sure. It's fine, just IV me some Red Bull or something. My good intentions sure lasted for a long time. I shut up. I embarrass myself, and while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraction my arm, after a couple of minutes he pulls away, looking neither pleased nor unhappy. You're alright. Head stops spinning? Yeah, good. And how are the contents doing? I'm doing good. You didn't show very good judgment out there, so I saw the retort I was going to make. It was like thinking myself, but hearing stated somebody else just wanted me to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant here. Doesn't make him any less right. It's like, I'm sorry, nurse. I did not want to admit my limitations. No, sir. And Odd's still looking at the neutral as he was before. It would be easy to anger him if he said, told you so, or something like that, but he doesn't. Thank you for having good bedside manner, man. I can try and help you keep your health, but ultimately last call lies you. Hopefully this little episode will be something that'll remind you of that. Here's a note for your teacher to avoid an interrogation. I'll take a slip of the paper he's offering and make believe as I can't think of anything else to say or even want to. Stay out of trouble, hear me? I don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time could be different. I hear you. There is some way to get to the school building, straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost, so I go up from the exit that I know works. I stop at the stairs of the auxiliary building, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms to get my books and stuff and going straight away to class. The sun stings my eyes, so I head towards the dorms. The halls are quiet as part of the courtyard was. Naturally, so since everyone in class, I knock lightly at the door of 3-3 and push open the door when Muto calls from the other side. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me. It's okay, guys. I was just having a raging party last night. I hit 27 kegs of beer or something. And yeah. Sorry, so I slept in a bit. I'm cool. Good morning, Nakai. I had a really good sleep. I just not to worry everyone, that's cool. I got super drunk. I also got a shootout with the cops, and I also went hang gliding. Also, that scene from Terminator 2 where the minigun and it was actually just a real life show. Everyone's like, okay, this is getting very unbelievable. Okay, fine. Realistically, what would I do? Not say shit. I'm like, good morning. Yeah, I slept well, man. Here you go. and then just sit down and try to maybe look at somebody's notes so I can catch up on like what the fuck I missed. Good morning, Nakai. Mattel seems to be somewhat confounded by my coming in late, as if interrupted his flow or something. I'm sorry, I interrupted your zen state, where you were in the zone, you were teaching, and I knocked you off track, man. Fuck. Judging from our rambling lectures, his class tend to be, that might be the case. I pass him a note in their skate. Mattel takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrows and gives me a kind of stern look, but doesn't say anything, just nods solemnly again. I shrug, and he gestures at me to run along, so I naturally do. I'm just gonna sit back here in the class and just, like, sip this Red Bull, Mattel. Mucho. The class goes on lazy. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of school. I've even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overly attentive. The first days, I was pretty high-strung in class. That's normal for any new place. Muto finishes the lecture and about electricity early, but continues with a pause about the festival. So, as you know, the festival is the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going successful this year. Have a good time, but also, come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival alive in your mind. Games and fried food. Yep. Everyone bursts out laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I meant was, the remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing up their things. Mutao deliberates for a second, but then since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. It's crowded in the hallway, or a crowded hallways school probably get. Most students seem to be heading down to the cafeteria. Normally I'd join the flow, grab my lunch shelf, but today is different. Today I've been invited to lunch on the roof. An odd location, but that's where I was told to go. What can I say? I like looking at the trees and scenery. Fortunately, I managed to find shelter from the storm in the lee of the classroom door. Eventually, the torrent subsides, and I step tentatively out into the hallway, only to be met by Emmy, who comes flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball. Hey. Hi, Asao. I think that's the first time I've seen you actually in, like, actual school attire. Looks good on you, Emmy. Great timing. I have super extra lunch today, as promised. Let's go upstairs. Cool. I know it's kind of an asshole thing to me to say, but I really like how cheerful you are. Like, I want to give you a head pat and a hug. The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated, but has clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door complete with a missing padlock. I wonder who the intrepid individual who removed the lock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps, beaming into the sunlight. Hello. Suddenly, a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere. Suddenly, I didn't know Rin was that fucking tall. Holy shit. Standing opposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling down the... Don't fall down the stairs! I can't catch you. My reflexes are like of a dead stoned cat or Naruto. Hello? Eek! Yipes, you scared me, Ren. Wait, isn't she? Hello. Hey, guys. Well, I guess that's inappropriate to say, because one of the people is with me right now, so it'd be kind of weird that I'm greeting somebody that traveled with me. Whatever. It's like, Lunar D8 fails at grammar. Hello. Notice that Rin is speaking to me. Emmy looks curiously at me. You two know each other? Yeah, I met her. Like, a day or two ago or something. I really don't keep track of time. It was a day in which clouds were also in the sky? I don't know. I look confused at Emmy. She's that friend of yours? Ren turned her gaze toward the clouds drifting above the school. I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy. Is that a problem? What is this awkward silence? What is happening? The awkward silence lasts only a few seconds, so Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidences off. Well, I mean, she does like being a bit dry humor and sarcasm, so... I think these two make a good... I know, technically, the main characters mentioned how Shizune and Misha make a good foil of Hanaka and well, Hanako, and Ellie. But also, these two are a good foil of each other as well. You have a person that's very, very cheerful and open, and the other person that's also very open, but in a very sarcastic, deadpan sort of way. Why does this just make me want to hug both of them? I don't know. I feel like it would be very awkward and inappropriate for me to say group hug and start hugging the two of them. I mean, they could hug me if they wanted, but I'm just saying I'm not sure how to bring that up. I'm just saying I want to give both of these people a hug. I don't know. They just seem very, I don't know, open and cheerful. Granted, one of them has a lot of sarcasm. But then again, so do I. I'm just saying, then again, everyone in this game's got very positive traits. Then again, there's also negative traits to everyone. I mean, everyone's got a personality. That's how personalities work. I'm just saying, she tends to be chilled and relaxed, and you're just very open and cheerful and happy. It's nice. It's refreshing. I like it. I invited Sal for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Oh, does this mean I don't get food, or did you invite him for lunch without lunch? Neither. I have food for 3. Nice thinking. They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay at the clock tower for a while, taking the atmosphere. We have a clock tower? There is nobody else here, but I guess the roof is not as popular as it is in other schools or in video games or anime. A few rundown benches and tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. The small pebbles covering the roof rattled beneath our feet. I peeked through the chain link fence to take a look at the school grounds beyond. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards a convenience store nearby. Somewhere a watchdog barks at a passerby. Somehow, when I look towards the town center, the small town feel strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. The hectic lifestyle of being a metropolis, of big metropolises, seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run and catch a bus like their life depends on it, or get their senses overloaded by the neon lights and traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine. Looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from my home all came so suddenly. I haven't had the time to think about how I feel about it. When I step out of the shadow and look at the clock tower and open, feel the warmth touching my back. The sun shines from a perfectly clear cerulean sky. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to, just a few weeks ago. Emmy settles on a bench with Ren in tow and produces 1 big and 2 small lunches from her bag. Come on, Asao. What are you waiting for? I was enjoying the scenery. I do that sometimes. Like, I played before I had, that bladder surgery. Granted, not a big one, but still, I played VR Chat. It's a game where you're supposed to try to talk to people, made for people that are antisocial. And I didn't really talk to people. I just was in this lobby that was it looked like it was in a tall skyscraper, a bunch of big living rooms and shit. And there was a big windows, and it was overlooking a large city, and it was nighttime, and it was raining. And granted, I was just sitting in real life, but in the game, I was just standing there at the window, watching the imaginary rain, the imaginary city, not talking to anyone, not saying anything. So, I mean, I'm the most evil person in Ohio, because I look at the trees and I wonder, what would it look like if we had hurricane force winds? You know? We've never had even Category 1 hurricane winds in Ohio. I mean, there's lots of tornadoes sometimes, but even then, even if there's an active, very strong thunderstorm, the winds in general, I mean, unless the tornado is coming and give you a fucking high five, you know, even if it's in your city, you're not going to feel anything approaching a Cat 1. Granted, I don't know how people survive Cat 5s and shit like that. But I don't know, I feel how would the trees look during a Cat 1 in Ohio? Wonder how Lake Erie and the Ohio River would turn out in that situation. If like all of Ohio was just enveloped in a hurricane. And everyone's like, yeah, you are evil. I'm like, yeah, no. It's like, oh, it's like you're wishing a giant horrible storm just so you can stand on your porch drinking Pepsi and watching it. It's like you have cute girls right here, talk to them instead of like fantasizing about a fucking hurricane. She is beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. Thank you. Hey guys. I seat myself on the corner of the bench and take a little space between as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it. It's cool. It's a good thing I'm not fat. Impressive view. Emmy suppresses a giggle and places the lunchbox in front of Ren and hands the other lunchbox to me. Thank you. Here you go. Lunch as promised. I appreciate it. Got good scenery, got good company. Hopefully the food's just as good. Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Oh wow, you made it yourself? Cool. Well, this looks really good. Thanks, I made it myself when I can. Conversation dies off, and I set off the business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up, notice Ren deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a forkful of food into her mouth using only her feet. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. Honestly, I'm not impressed at the moment about the dexterity about using your feet as hands. It's the fact that you're able to do this when I'm sitting right next to you. Like I struggle. I'm struggling right now not to elbow you guys trying to eat my food. So I don't know. Like, then again, I have really terrible balance. I can't ride a bicycle, and I'm pretty sure if I attempted to learn how to ride a bicycle, I would not be able to afford those medical bills. It's also a reminder of some sort of place that I'm in right now. The roof. Will I ever get used to such sights as this? The sky? Everyone's like, stop thinking about hurricanes. It's like you have cute girls right here. Be pervy and focus on them. Stop imagining hurricanes and trees being ripped out of the ground while you casually stand there sipping a fucking ice cold Pepsi and enjoying watching a tree fly through the air. Why are there cats in the tree? Why are the cats fencing each other? Why does that one have a sword? Why is there a kangaroo with a flamethrower? Okay, guys, I'll focus. Emmy, did you pack a Red Bull for me? I can't decide if I'm getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean I'm giving up on being a normal person? I have never been a normal person. I have never been qualified, both in video game or in any game or just, well, my real life. Let's be clear, Lunar D8 has never been qualified to say what is or is not a normal person. And there's nothing wrong with that. Or does this mean that I'm becoming more understanding of those around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of just imagining another fucking hurricane. Why is PyCon the one making the... Now it's a Dragon Ball Z joke. Tearing her lunch as if I insulted... By the thought of Emmy tearing her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors. You seem pretty hungry. I mean, she is a Saiyan. So, I mean... Then again, so am I. Emmy looks up, mouth half full, and swallows before nodding. She must have been really hungry. Then again, she made it, so the food probably tastes delicious. So cool. My morning run always works up an appetite. Which is great, because then I burned through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure. What would happen if you'd lose it? Would you become a man? I barely nearly choke on my lunch trying not to laugh. It's a figure of speech. Does your figure have to run in the mornings too? Do you always talk like this? Talk like what? Like you guys are just like having playful jabs back at each other. I know what this reminds me of. You guys are brothers. This sound like brothers talk to each other. That's what this reminds me of. Emmy and Rin, they behave more than friends. They behave like they're like not just best friends. Emmy and Rin are behaving like they're brothers. That's adorable. Would it be inappropriate of me just to give them both a head pat and a big group hug at the moment? Everyone's like, why is PyCon screaming in the distance? It's like, wait. Why is Janemba riding a bicycle? Okay, focus. Focus on the game. I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggle to think of small talk and sit on the obvious question. How'd you two meet? Rin seems content to let Emmy answer the question. Someone in the housing department thought that we'd complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to each other. I mean, yeah, your personalities seem to really do get along. Plus, you both have very open, blunt personalities. Complement each other. Yeah, like I said, they're very open, blunt personalities. Also, they're both adorable. Like shoes in a suit. Does anyone use the word compliment in terms of clothing? And like, oh, this shirt complements that tie or something. I don't know. Huh? Emmy giggles at my confusion. Put us together and we got all our limbs. Get it? Oh. I guess that's true too? Okay, I mean, So, I started helping Ren get ready in the morning, and that was that. Cool. You brush her hair for her. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. I see. Ren chooses the moment to interject. I have trouble with shirts. I mean, don't we all? Shirts are kind of awkward. Heck, I never really liked the whole button-up shirts. Heck, the dress shirts that are people wear in offices and shit. It's really weird. It's really awkward, and it's everyone's like, oh, yeah, it's because you're fat, and it pinches around the collar of your fucking throat. I'm like, okay. Right, that seems fairly obvious. Really? Kind of? This isn't helping, but at least Debbie seems to find the whole thing funny. That, combined with the fact that Rin is genuinely curious, makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms? So putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that would be difficult. You know what? I'm going to just stop talking now. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Rin nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner. I see. The conversation dies to turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Emmy finished her lunch first and makes a contented noise. Ah, that was good. She busies herself up, cleaning up her lunch, and Rin speaks up. I'm thirsty. Oh, I almost forgot about that, sorry. With a flourish, she reaches into her bag and does something. I pushed a button. Shots of what appears to be a cranberry juice. It's like catch a Capri Spot. We just have the fucking Kool-Aid guy flying through the sky because there's not a wall to crash through. Unless he crashes through the fucking floor. Like, oh yeah! We're not gonna eat the fucking Kool-Aid guy, okay? Jesus. Rin appears some sort of strange strawberry milk, complete with pink color scheme, and keeps an equally pink box of some or fruit punch for herself. Rin dexterously stabs her straw through the top of the box and begins to drink. I'm once again impressed by how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow I don't think Emmy or Ren are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Ren especially so. Indeed, she gives off the impression of being entirely unaware that she's missing any limbs at all. Whether or not that's a conscious decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure. So Sal, how do you like it up here? It's really cool. I like clouds. I mean, there's no grass up here, but still. It's quite nice. Actually, I like high places for the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch, too. It was nice. Emmy grins a 1,000-watt grin. pleased by my response. I suppose. No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time, too, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here. Cool. No lunch service? I don't know. Amy looks mock offended. I mean, I did like your cooking. Try and take advantage of my good nature? It is a good nature, though. The nerve. She giggles. Well, that's your answer. I guess Red and I will just keep eating lunch all alone. I am suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rending puppy dog eyes I've ever seen. Amy pouts. Kidding, I was kidding. I'd love to eat lunch up here again. Good location and the company's okay too, I guess. Amy frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. I guess that makes us friends now. Or at least, acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs. I'd say acquaintances. I'm not opposed to the friend thing, but I would say we really haven't known each other long enough for it to be called that, so... Rin, you didn't finish your lunch again. I wasn't that hungry. If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away. Rin shrugs as if this is an acceptable risk. Come on, we'd better get going. 3 of us head down the stairs together. The afternoon passes, and once again I find myself without a plan or something to do after school, so I head to the library and return a couple books that I finished reading. Let's go and call that a video. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, guys. Yay. Successfully saved. Okay, later.